Hi guys, welcome back and I hope you all are doing amazing. So in today's video, I am going to try the new Dior Backstage Concealer right here. I finally got it and I cannot wait to try. It sounds so promising and it's super cute, you guys. So if you are curious to know my thought about this concealer and the performance of it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so before I start applying this concealer, let me just apply my foundation. So foundation today is from NARS Light Reflecting. This is one of the newest one. And I freaking love this foundation, guys. I don't know why. It just makes everything soft every time I apply this. So I'm just going to use a sponge. Ooh, the sun is out. And it's a little bright right now, I think. So if you notice that my lighting changes quite a bit, I apologize. The sun is really weird these days. It's like cloudy but sunny, you know. So as you can see, I just really love this foundation. I adore it so much, and I'm already thinking I need to get another one just in case, you know. Let me just quickly finish this, and then when I'm back, I'm gonna do the concealer. I think I'm pretty much done with that foundation. So now let's talk about this concealer. It's the Dior Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer and I'm in shade 2W. So this concealer is supposed to be a high coverage, natural glow finish, crease proof and waterproof. So keep that in mind, and I'm really looking forward to that crease proof that they said here, because you know me guys, I have a problem under my eyes where I have this like lines all the time. I struggle to really make sure it doesn't crease. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it works, and if it does, then it's just like that, we're best friend, and I'm just gonna be so happy. And this concealer has 11 ml. I'm going to show you silver typical Backstage Dior packaging, very nice. And then I'm gonna show you the actual packaging. So here is the packaging of the concealer. It is super cute, you guys. It reminds me a lot of their Dior face and body foundation, which is a mini version of it, and I really like that the lid has silver, as you can see over here. I'm also going to show you the detail on the upper lid. As you see, there is an imprint of Dior name in it, so it's really good that they included that. So it's just so cute, and I really like the packaging. I'm gonna show you the applicator of this concealer. Let me just remove some of the product because I want you to see the brush. So it's not a doe foot, it is more like a flat brush as your typical small concealer brush. So it's quite flat, and I'm not sure how they attach this brush into the plastic here, because I can see there is a metal and almost like a ferrule to it. So I hope it will not break down later, because concealer is liquid, right? So the more you put the brush into the packaging or to the bottle, so I hope it doesn't get loosened and it will break. Let's not hope for that. Overall, it's very unique, and I like it that it's small enough. So let me apply this and show you guys the coverage. I didn't put any foundation under my eyes, so it's just concealer itself. So I'm just gonna, ooh, I really like the applicator. It's very nice. Okay, that's the first application that I wanna do. And then I'm just gonna use my finger to kind of feel the texture of this concealer and start blending and see how it goes. Okay, so that is the initial application. As you see, compared to this eye without the concealer and this with the concealer, I'm very impressed with the texture and the feeling of this concealer. It's very creamy, it's thin, but I feel like it did cover quite a bit of my dark circles around my eyes. I didn't have a good sleep last night, guys, so it's really needed today. it's very light, and I don't feel like the product is really thick, but it's just creamy and thin, and it covers. It doesn't dry out around my eyes, which is, I'm surprised, because if you don't know yet, that the Dior Backstage face and body foundation, it just doesn't work for me. The issue being is it dries my skin, it accentuates my dry patches, so I'm sad about that. And I know that is such a good foundation for everybody, but just not for me. So I was expecting today that if this concealer doesn't work for me, if it dries around my eyes, then I'm not gonna be so surprised. But so far, I really like the texture. It's so creamy. It does cover, as you see. So we are just going to see if it holds the crease proof. I'm looking forward to that. So now let me apply this into the other eye and blend it. I already saw a flaw that I wanted to tell you guys, just in case. This is just an observation. Oops. Okay, let me blend this with a sponge and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this eye is finished, and now I'm just kind of adding a little bit more concealer in the corner of my eye, like where my tear duct is, because that's where most of my dark circle are actually. I think that's pretty much it. So let me set this with a powder and show you how it looks like. So far this is without a powder. Might be too bright. Let me adjust it. Okay, so this is without a powder. You can see it's very nice, natural, not super cakey, not super thick. So now let's set it with a powder, Laura Mercier translucent powder, as I always use. And then just use a sponge right here. Let's set this concealer properly. So I know that putting a powder under my eyes, it's going to mattify or remove that glow. But because I do have that line there that most of the time it's my problem, I really need to set it with a powder. It doesn't matter what concealer. I always do set my eye with a powder. I think that's pretty good. That is how the concealer looked like after setting it with a powder. So let me just finish the rest of my makeup, and then when I come back, I'm gonna give you guys my thought. And also, I see a little bit of flaw about this concealer and the overall design, so I'm going to share all of that with you guys when I come back. Alright guys, I am back and I'm ready to tell you my final thought. Very interesting. First thing is, I wanted to share about the thing that I noticed on overall design of this concealer, just like I mentioned earlier. So first thing is, when you open this product, because of the brush design, the only thing that I might find this design will fail or will not work properly as we are used to with a doe foot is when you try to put the lid back, you have to be very careful because this is a brush. So if you in a hurry and you're not looking and you just kind of like, you know, get used to it. With a doe foot, you just have to like, you're not worried if the bristle is catching the edge of the concealer, then that's kind of fine. But this one, if you don't make sure that the bristle is all into the concealer right here, you are going to see the bristle will like break, or you can't even put it in, or you're gonna have that bent bristle, which is you don't want it because the brush comes with it, so you don't want to break the brush. That's just the thing that I've noticed that might not be as good as doe foot, but you just have to be very careful because earlier I already did it. I was like trying to put it back and I catch some of the bristle just on the edge of the concealer, and like I noticed that that's not a very good design. So that's the only thing that I feel like will fail on this design. So overall, be careful, just make sure everything is inside the concealer and then you close it in. Now, here's the interesting thing that I noticed with the concealer. So first of all, I want to tell you about the texture and the coverage and all of that. So the shade is actually really good. I really like the shade. It's perfect for my skin tone. The formula of the concealer is really nice. I really love it. The feeling is very soft. It's not heavy. I just love it. Like, it's really good. But here's the thing that is very, very interesting, and I haven't seen it before. And I am already shocked and surprised and couldn't believe it myself. You guys won't believe that I can already see it's creasing. And I'm already disappointed, but like I said earlier, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it wouldn't work for me because Dior Backstage face and body foundation just doesn't. But yes, it's starting to crease already, and it's not even an hour, guys. Like, you saw me, I set it with a powder just like what I normally do. So I'm gonna take a look you know, closer to the camera and show you guys what I meant. Also going to just adjust my light. Okay, there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that already. It's starting to break into my lines here and like here. So it's really unfortunate that I could already see that. Like, can you see? It's just right there. And I just couldn't believe myself that it's already breaking. I mean, I really did sure I said it. And let me just set it now for the second time. Maybe it's going to help, but yeah, normally if I see this situation, normally it doesn't stay or doesn't fix. It really needs to be from the concealer itself. So now I did fix it with a powder. It came off, or it disappeared a little bit, but you know that powder doesn't really hold stuff. It has to be concealer, then you put powder on top so that the concealer is almost like a sponge to your powder that will hold it. But if you just put powder itself, powder tends to melt into the skin. So it's the concealer who actually works the best if you have just the best concealer. Yes, so that is what I've seen on this concealer so far, and I am not super shocked that it didn't work or it already creased on me. I think that's it that I wanted to show you guys, my overall thought with the concealer. I gotta try it again and see how it works. Maybe a different application, maybe with a brush or maybe with something. But today I used my hand and a sponge in here and then double dab it with my hand and set it with a powder. That should be fine because that's what I always do. I will give you more updates about this concealer and let you know, guys, the experiment that I will do on this one. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and you find it useful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you are updated whenever I have a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys!